Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Good morning, farmers. Starting the day by plowing this field. I thought I was going to harvest first, but I got up here and I said, I really don't feel like plowing today, so let's just start by doing that and get it over with. That field up there is ready to harvest. I'll be doing that next. But first, like I said, plow this field, harvest that field, and then with any time left over, we'll start cultivating at least one of these fields. Depending on the time, I'll see what time it is in the afternoon when we get done harvesting that field, and we'll, or basically whatever field I feel like cultivating. How about that? Because we're on my time now. But yeah, that field up there is ready to harvest. Kind of looking forward to that to see what it produces. See if it produces more than this field over here. Only because that has double layers of fertilization on it. So we got about 17 grand out of the other field, which is 2.5 hectares, something like that. And out there is 2. So a half hectare smaller, but you know, double fertilization could make it produce more, which I think it probably will. But first things first, we need to tidy up this field a little bit. Just plow it up. Get it prepared for cultivation. Cultivation? Is that a word? It is now. Yeah, never mind. Anyways, yeah, wow. That's a rough start to the video, isn't it? Cultivation. Yeah, now I'm stuck on that word. It's just keep going through my head. So, yeah, let's plow this field and forget about cultivating for a while. That'll be later in the day. I checked the map, as I always do, and there's 3 fix-to-building jobs up at Redberry, but none of them look promising, so they're up there, and they're going to probably stay there. Don't think I'll have time to do that today. We need to keep working on our fields, even though we're not falling behind, but if we kind of venture off a little bit and we do get behind, I'll be kicking myself in the butt. So I did not check the lower fields yet. I figured, well, work is work. Although that big field, if that was ready, I would not eat a frog. Jeez. So let's just check that to make sure it shouldn't be ready. I got a job down there now, so that's not ready. That's not ready, and that's not ready. What is this? Is this a fix a building? This could be a decent job to do at some point. That could be the good paying job, which it most of the time is. If it's the barn they want me to fix where Allison used to live, then that'll be a good paying job. So I may have to venture down there just before we harvest. It won't be too bad because I got the option for the game to save after I do a quest. So we'll probably end up go do that job actually. It'll save the game, which means in case something happens to the game, I don't have to plow this field again. Not a big field, but you know, once I plow a field, it's like, wow, I don't have to do that again. But not much longer before we're done with this field. And like I said, we'll hop on over and we'll hopefully get maybe a trailer and a quarter out of that field up there. And then once that field is harvested, that just leaves 4 more fields around the farm to do. But those fields are not ready yet, so yeah, we just have to, you know, what I'm saying, get them ready for harvest and the fall season, or the winter seeding, so we can have a nice spring, which we should have a nice spring no matter what. Okay, fine, I'll eat. So I'm tired of seeing that I might eat a frog. Don't think I would. Not even some French chef gave me some frog legs. I don't I don't think so. I don't care if it tastes like chicken. If I want something to taste like chicken, I'll have KFC. Thank you very much. Alright. And so I am starting to look forward to doing the fall seeding for winter canola and winter wheat. Because that'll just really build up my excitement for April 1st. Which will be the beginning of our spring cleaning. And next spring will be our biggest spring cleaning of all time because we never had this many fields before. And I'm looking for big money to come out of that because we've almost doubled our fields since last spring. And last spring we brought in 600 grand. So maybe this upcoming spring we can reach close to $1 million. I know you're thinking, well, if you double the fields and you got 600 grand, then you should easily double it. But we don't have enough fertilizer to do all of our fields, so that's going to hurt production or yield a little bit in most of our fields. But that is a few episodes from now, obviously. I would say probably like maybe another 8 episodes, something like that. Maybe more. No, it's gonna be more than that. I mean, I got the big field still to harvest. That's 4 days in itself. Okay, reverse the plow a couple more times, a few more passes. And then we'll get to seeding. Or not seeding. Jeez, I've got seeding on my mind already. Harvesting. Come on, brain. Start thinking what you're talking about here. Alright, the field is plowed. So we can move on to better things. Alright, better rotate that plow so the wheel sits on the wheel side. And we'll hook up the trailer. Bring our scaffolding with us like we always do. Pick up the header. Lower the header. And away we go. So even this field is almost like a ½ hectare smaller. I'm hoping to get maybe like 1,000 grains more than the other field. If we don't, I'm going to start questioning. Where are you going, Tom? Actually, Tom has a job for us if we wanted it. We'll talk to you later, Tom, maybe. I know I said I was going to do the job, but I really wanted to get to harvesting because I do want to see if this field produces more than the other field. How is she filling up? 11%, 5%? Yeah, she seems to be filling up a lot faster than the other field. But this would kind of be a true test to see just by seeing what... Okay, before we go any further, because I kind of forgot, this field is 2.45 hectares. And we got 17,000 grains out of it. This field is 2 hectares. Just a tad over that. And we'll see what we get. Now, it looks like already it's going to do much better. But we will see in about probably 10 minutes time. Well, in the video probably 10 minutes time. It's going to take me a little bit longer than that to harvest the field. But that's good that the numbers are going up quick, which means better yield, more peas, more to sell, more cash. Give me the money. Because I don't know what to do with it. Money. That's what it comes down to. Who knows, maybe they'll come out with $1 million harvester and at least we'll have the cash for it. So one trip around and we're at 3,500. That's only 15% of the field, so you math experts out there can start doing some math on that and figure it out. I'm not going to bother because I'm, you know, my brain doesn't have the power after days of work and now trying to do a video, so my brain's like, look, I can do a video, if that. As we saw at the beginning, you know, I was having a hard time with words, like I always do. But this field is one of those funky fields, like right up in this corner, so there's some weird bumps and dips, and it kind of looks like a UFO landed in this corner for some reason. Yep, my brain's starting to do some math. We're gonna get a lot better yield on this field than the other field. A lot better. Yeah, we may even get up to 2,200. Maybe. But we shall see. And then of course we got 4 fields of lupine up here left to do when they turn. They'll turn in a couple days. Somewhere around there. And I think today's the 22nd of August, so we're doing pretty good on time. When it comes to the end of the season, maybe skipping some days. Because we don't want to start seeding too early. Although anytime in September I believe you're okay, but we're going to at least wait until the 10th of September, somewhere around there. And we'll start doing some seeding. Maybe hire a couple guys to seed some fields for us as well. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to want to seed 30 fields by myself all in a row. That does not sound like too much fun. One thing about working in this field, you hear the train like every 30 seconds, it seems like. A train that goes nowhere. Well, already we surpassed what the other field yielded on the almost, what's that, 2.4 field? Which was 17,000 grains of peas. Well, there's about 11.5 in the trailer over there. And we're approaching 7,000 in the tank now. And we still got 20% more, no wait. Yeah, just about 20% more of the field left to go. So it does prove that the extra manure does help quite a bit. I mean, if you were to take this field and add another 25% to the yield, because that would be, well, let's say 10% more. Actually, no, it would be 20. Yeah, well, 20% more. Yeah, 20% more yield that we have. And that would be the same size as that field, and it would be a great difference. If only we had more cows to produce more manure, we could spray all of our fields. It's one reason why, I got many reasons why I don't want to expand the farm, because one, you know, you stay busy enough. Unless you're one that likes to play and hire help and just try to, get all the, a cash grabber and just want to grab all the fields and hire help and just do a few fields yourself. But I kind of like doing most of the work myself that I can. Although plowing can be a little bit tiresome at some times, but hey, if we had bigger implements, I probably wouldn't complain. Now, I'm not looking for, big bud kind of like implements because we'll have this field done in like 20 seconds. The harvester, I do believe it is a good size. It doesn't take too long to harvest fields. The capacity is nice. Unlike the original harvester you get that holds 1,200 grains. Stopping every 20 feet with that sucker and got to empty it. Well, maybe not every 20 feet, but it seems like it. What do you have to... Alright, so... we're about around 20,000 grains yielded from this field already. So we got like 11.5 and we're approaching 10,000 now. So yeah, we're going to be right around 2,200. Which puts us 5,000 grains over the bigger field. So it pays to fertilize. And of course plow and cultivate beforehand as well. Now I don't know how much of a difference it makes if you don't plow, don't cultivate. I've always just plowed and cultivated because I know it makes a difference. How much of a difference, I can't say. I know some people have done some tests. But the way they did the test, they didn't really... For me, I would need to see it on the same field so you get exact results. But they did it in a whole bunch of different fields. Kind of like what I'm doing now. I'm trying to compare the other field with this field. But when the other field is bigger than this field, and the smaller field produces a lot more than the bigger field, only because you put cow manure on it, it does prove that the cow manure, as we know at this point, makes a big difference. Yeah, so we're just shy of 11,000. So we're going to call this 10.5, and I think there's 11.5 in the trailer, which we'll find out now. So this says 10.7 if you want to do the math yourself. I'm just rounding up. It's going to be right around 2,200, but that's 10.7. Yeah, and it's 11.5, so I'm just going to call it 2,200 and be good with it. No, I didn't bother topping off the trailer because I got to make 2 trips anyways. So no sense to go over there to top this off, to come back to fill it up again anyways. To me, it doesn't make any sense. But let's go get some good cash today. Money-wise, no, yeah, so we're just going to be shy of 1.6 million. But hey, we're getting closer. When we do the lupine, that'll push us over. Hopefully with the lupine we can get up to 1 point. I'm hoping to get to 650. Then we got that field down there, the big field. I don't know, we may get to, I don't know if we can get to 1.7 million. You know, I was hoping for 1 3/4. I think that's a big stretch. Took that corner way too fast. I think I know how to drive by now. Let's just sit back and watch the money go up together. Ah, that looks good. Alright, let's go into the combine. Park the combine down by the next field that will be due. We'll come down, sell some grain, bring the trailer, park the trailer next to the combine as well. And I think I'll start with cultivating the big field because it's not that late in the afternoon. No, it's only 1:30 now. The time I move everything around might be like 2:30-ish, 3 o'clock. So yeah, we'll get working on the big field right there. And we'll get that done. Then of course, obviously tomorrow, we'll probably start by cultivating the small field. And then of course I'll have to plow the big field and cultivate that. I think we'll have another day. We've been having a day in between when we harvest the last field to when the next set of fields are ready. So I think tomorrow those fields shouldn't be ready. So I'll be working in this field again and those that other small field as well. So this should be the next field ready for harvest. Yep, we got manure and fertilizer in this one. Can I focus in on this one? We actually got artificial fertilizer manure in this one. And that one. That's 180%. What about this one? Wow, so these 4 fields of lupine, I got double fertilization in them. So, okay, that's going to yield better than I probably thought on those. It's going to be interesting to see what those 4 fields do for us. You know, right now, after we make this delivery, so I got, what do I got, 10,000 in here, so at 900, so we're going to get like 9 grand. This is going to put us around 597. So we need another 160, another $153,000 to meet our $1.75 million mark. It's a lot of numbers, a lot of math, and I don't have any brain cells left. Gotta set yourself goals in life. Otherwise, you know, what are you living for? And I don't mean easy goals either. You know, setting a goal to roll yourself out of bed in the morning, that's not much of a goal. Alright, let's sell this off like we should and do and will. I do love this trailer compared to the other one. At this point, I don't know why anyone would want to buy the smaller trailer. Because I think that only holds 11,000. So you get a full combine and you can't fit it all in the trailer. And for the price difference, what is it? Is it like $6,000 difference or something like that? You're just better off buying the bigger trailer, in my opinion. Hold out while you can. Alright, we're going to go park the trailer next to the combine. Then I'm going to run over, grab the cultivator, and I'm going to start cultivating a field. And I'll bring it back as I run through this herd of deer and boar. Seems like here we are again, cultivating as the sun goes down. Seems like I've read this chapter before. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening. So I would assume around there. I checked the time a little while ago. It was like 6:45. I'm guessing 7. Sun is going down over the hill, and the night sounds are starting to come on in the background. I'm really hungry, huh? Yep, my shoelaces look like pasta. One of these days, when I get really hungry, I'm going to look down at my shoes and see if my shoestrings look like pasta. My guess is they're going to look anything like Boston. Not even close. But I want to have a pizza because I don't want to see that come back up again. I think that's my second pizza today, and really, if I had 2 full pizzas in a day, man, I'd be laying on the floor going, oh, my stomach. Well, it doesn't say what size pizzas they are. I'm assuming they're larges, but maybe they're from Little Caesars. Pizza. But I do see we're going to have to fill up with some food from the pantry in about a day or so. But at least today we got this field cultivated. Well, we will have it cultivated. We got the small field plowed. And we harvested a good yield from that other field. And now I'm a little bit more excited about the 4 lupine fields we got to do because I didn't think I got the cow manure spread in those 4 fields. But we did. And that next field we're doing, that's a 3-hectare field, so that should produce rather decent. But if we can get 100 grand from those 4 fields, that's gonna push our limits to getting to $1.75 million by the end of the season. If it comes to it, I'll raid the pantry and we'll sell some of those milk containers and eggs. And yeah, I realize if I went to the kitchen and took the milk and made some condensed canned milk and canned tomatoes and all that, I'd probably make a better profit, but I really don't want to sit there at the stove hitting the... It's too bad you can't go to the stove, select like condensed canned milk, and say, oh, I want to make 100 of these, and it just... And it takes like maybe 10 minutes. No, every time you do it, you gotta go back in for every can. And we're not in that dire need of money to do that, so no thanks. But I think that was on the wish list in the discussion forums. In the discussion forums, they have a wish list for players to put in what they would like to see in the game. And I think I did read that somewhere, to be able to cook more than one, I don't want to say more than one item at a time. More of one of the same item at a time, without having to go back in the dialogue every time to click on it. Turn on some lights. Although I can see rather well, but I think on YouTube it'll dim it down more than enough where maybe you guys can't see. And there we go, 99% plowed, 100% cultivated. So we're going to park the tractor right over here, because this will all be doing first thing in the morning. We'll lower that, turn off the lights. What are you guys looking at?
Hi there.
Good afternoon, friend.
Did you hear the latest news?
I heard Mayor was bit by his dog.
Who's the mayor and where's this dog? Did she say the same thing?
Did you hear the latest news?
I heard Mayor was bit by his dog.
You ever see the movie Groundhog Day?
Did you hear the latest news?
I heard Mayor was bit by his dog.
If you've never seen the movie Groundhog Day,
Did you hear the latest news?
I heard Mayor was bit by his dog.
there's a preview.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Alright, maybe it's not that bad of a preview. Hey dude, what's up? I'm going to talk to you later. It's 8 o'clock. Shouldn't you guys be heading home? As I jump into the swamp. But that's going to kind of conclude our episode for today. Yeah, we got to plow the small field, cultivate the 2.5 hectare field, and get a pretty good harvest from that 2 hectare field. Probably tomorrow, like I said, we'll cultivate the smaller field and then get right on to plowing the bigger field that we just harvested, because I'm assuming those 4 lupine fields will not quite be ready. I'm kind of hoping for that, just so we can keep up with the fields. But yeah, with the time of the year and the time we got left to do things, we got plenty of time. They're doing fine. Yep, the yard could use a mow, but I'm not going to do it until next year. Our wife's in bed. But yep, that's going to do it for today, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. And I will see you tomorrow. But until then, have a good one.